I think I would like to be in the race, and then I think no, reality happens and I couldn't be competitive.
It just made me happy when the other people run fast.
I ran 8:22 after the marathon.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Paula Radcliffe, 2005 Marathon World Champion in Helsinki.
Hi, I'm Sifan Hassan. I'm World Champion 2019, 10,000 meter and 1,500 meter.
Early beginnings.
Early beginnings. I come from background, like in my area, Muslim area, they don't run actually. Okay. They're very strong, but the female doesn't run. But I used to have like a male haircut. So I always run, and I always have a problem also with my mom, and because I'm like, doesn't act like female. Mm-hmm. So I remember I wear always pants, and I see a lot of people running, but one of my friends asked me if I can run. She said, come run. I was like, no, I don't run. Mm-hmm. I was very young. And I ran from 100 meter until 1,500 meter.
So you enjoyed it from the beginning?
I enjoyed it. Like, I don't want to run. Once I start, I would like, don't stop running.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember when I first started to run. My dad was running, he was running London marathons, and I would join in for maybe 1,000 meters, not very far then. I was only 6 or 7. And then I remember first schools race, where we had races between schools and a cross country. And it was in the forest where I was used to running with my dad, so I knew the course and he showed me some of it. And so that's one of my early memories of, he gave me some tips to, especially to run down the hill.
Yeah, exactly. So
when you get to the top of the hill, he said that a lot of people, they get to the top and they say, okay, well done, I did really well, I've got to the top, now I can have a little break. Yeah. So if you run hard down the hill, then you can get a gap.
Yeah.
And I remember then a long time later at the World Cross Country in Boston in '92, that I used this tactic to win it.
Oh, that's amazing.
So then it was my dad's advice again, worked. Future of the sport. Now I think it's great because I get to still be a part of this sport and to have the privilege and the honor of commentating on your races and watching the races. And sometimes I think I would like to be in the race, and then I think no, reality happens and I couldn't be competitive.
Of course.
But it's nice to have the best seat and to watch the races, and the adrenaline is still there.
For some reason in my head, I feel maybe because I'm so focused on like I'm gonna run this time, I'm gonna do this. I think like I'm not gonna stop. I will be forever.
Yeah.
I know one day it's gonna be ended. Like, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna finish my career, but it feel in my inside like, okay, I'm gonna continue like this, and it just made me happy when the other people run faster or fast as me or faster than me, because I just wanna see them and run fast. I don't wanna regret in 20 years.
Yeah.
Like I remember when let us break the 10,000 meter, everybody said, oh, it's sad for you. Like, no, it is actually great for me because I'm gonna have Olympic, and I know I'm not gonna race with just someone. I'm gonna race somebody who's actually better than me, so I have to improve.
There has to be progression, and the technology is improving, so for the future of the sport, maybe in 20 years they have even better technology to run quicker. Do you worry about enough kids coming into the sport?
Actually, I'm really worried about it. I'm worried the kid is more with the social media. If you look at Africa, back then everybody used to run. They don't even know. I used to watch when I was like 5 years old Olympic. For me it's big. Now if you ask 5 years old in Africa, they will tell you who's Donald Trump, who's politics, who's that. They don't even know about sport. They're so busy with the TikTok and dancing.
And it's the same around the world, and that's why I think we have the biggest challenge perhaps for the future of our sport
that's what
is to get enough children interested into it.
Okay. The sporting legacy. I know win is very beautiful, but it's good also doing everything. That's also make you out comfort zone and do many. That's I want people remember.
It's inspiring because you pick these crazy challenges, but you pick them with sense behind them because you know that it is a big mountain ahead of you that you are setting the challenge to climb. And it's interesting then for us to watch you try to do that. And I think that's why a lot of people root for you when you try to do the triple, and because it's so brave to try and do it that everybody wants to get behind you. And I think you're right. I think that's the best legacy to leave behind, that you had fun with it and you invested all your time and energy. That's what I would like people to say, that I tried as hard as I could and I was honest and raced hard and lived life generally in the best way to have fun doing it and keep that perspective that at the end of the day, it's very important sport and it's very important to us at the time, but life outside of that and the person that you are is more important. Role models and inspirations within the sport for me were Greta Weitz, Joan Benoit Samuelson and Ingrid Christensen. I joke and I say they're the three first ladies in the marathon because Joni won the first Olympic marathon in 1984, but she's still running now and she's still breaking barriers. When she was 50, she ran faster than 2 hours 50, so she's still setting challenges. And Greta Weitz was 9 times champion in New York for the marathon and 5 times world cross country champion. So I think for me as well, the fact that she ran on the track, on the cross country and on the marathon, and in the beginning of her career was only able to race up to 3,000 meters. And then she won New York City Marathon, and the longest run was 12 miles before that.
Wow.
And then she turned around at the finish and she said to her husband, "I'm never doing that again, you're crazy." But she won the marathon and set a world record in the first one.
Wow.
With only 12 miles of long run before. And Ingrid Christensen, she had the world record and I watched her. In 1985, I was standing on the side of the road waiting for my dad to come by because he was running in the race, and we had a little carton of juice for him, and when he came he stopped to drink the drink, and I said, "But look, all the people are going past you have to keep running." He said, "No, it's fine." But I was really inspired by watching her because then it was a mixed race and it felt like she was almost at the front of the men's race. And she was maybe top 100, maybe, I don't know. But it really felt like she was at the front, certainly a long way before my dad. So that was a big inspiration.
My role model, especially in sport, is Baba Bikila, and you as a female. Baba Bikila, like the one who ran at the barefoot. I was watching the one who finish a marathon and he stretched.
Can you imagine like run a marathon with bare feet?
Yeah, he ran barefoot, he stretched and he do exercise. I'm like, wow. I was watching on TV as a young, I know that's like, and money Ethiopia also, like wherever they talk, they scared of you, like you make them life
but
hard.
I remember Doratu also for me was an inspiration already in 1992 when she won there. Was a huge inspiration, and I learned a lot racing her. Training and prep. We're going to have different stories because you started in the 1500 meters, still very fast over the 800 meters. And for me, I did start racing 800 meters, then 1500 meters. Then when I was first racing World Championships, it was 3000 meters, not 5000 meters. That changed in 1995 to 5000 meters at the championships. So I was always progressing longer. But what was interesting for me is I didn't want to race the marathon until I felt I'd run as fast as I was capable of doing on the track, and until I won the World Cross Country Senior, because it was a big title and a big goal for me. Since I won the juniors in 1992, I set the goal to try to win the senior title, and I was second, third, fourth, 18th a couple of times, and it took 9 years. So in 2001, when I finally won and I beat Getawami in a kind of a sprint finish, I pretend it was a sprint finish because it was muddy and it was windy and she was behind me the whole way. But when she came past, she realized how windy it was and I was able to beat her. So that in my mind then meant I was free to challenge myself with the marathon and move on to the marathon. But it surprised me that the marathon training helped me to run quicker. So I ran 8:22 for 3,000 meters after the marathon.
Wow.
So I wonder if with your training for the marathon, do you think you're going to run faster and stronger on the track because you're stronger physically and also psychologically?
So my training more based different right now, but after I did marathon, it's like I become good at long stuff, but my short stuff become terrible, even my training. Some place I'm very good at it, what before I like it challenge me, I'm like smashing, but some place I'm like, it's very hard. So I don't know even, I think my energy system changed, or maybe I used to, maybe you are more already long I do, maybe I come from short distance, so when I jump to marathon, maybe it changed. I don't know, after marathon it becomes so hard.
I think it will maybe adjust a little bit with time, because you still ran very fast in the 10,000 meters after the marathon.
Yeah.
And you recovered, but you need some time to recover from the marathon before the 10,000 meters. But I think maybe the bigger thing comes then in the championships, when there are a lot of races close together, you will recover.
Like beyond athletics?
I think it's a good motto on its own, that there is life beyond athletics, and because sometimes when you're getting ready for a big target, for an attempt on a world record or world championships, it seems like that's all that matters. And at that moment, it has to be all that matters. But then after that, there are lots of other things in life. And I think it also helps because in our sport, there are up and downs, good times and bad times. And in bad times, it helps to know that there is life after athletics, and it's just sport. It's just meant to be fun and see what we can do. And then after that, it's more important how you live the rest of your life and what you get from that. I think certainly that helped me with the staying not too excited in the good times and not too disappointed in the bad times.
I really study about nutrition. I read a lot, and I also more like read about how movement is good for people. And I want to have children if Allah will, and I want to have children. I think more, especially I want to really focus on health stuff also, especially for people, for young outcome. I think we need a lot of exercise. That's what damaging people brain
and bodies. Yeah. Biggest rivals. I think biggest rivals it's a great question. I remember feeling very lucky when I was racing in the distance events, because I feel like in the distance races we have so long actually racing that we can be friends before and afterwards and learn a lot from each other, but there is also a lot of respect. And you wanted to beat everybody in the race. And I can remember my biggest rivals, Gita Wami, Dorata Tulu, Bahani Adera, Sonia O'Sullivan, Gabriela Szabo also, because I had raced through the juniors with Gabriela Szabo, and so she was always much better than me in the juniors. And then in the seniors, it took me almost to the end of her career before I was able to catch up to her. But I think those rivalries helped to inspire me to want to train harder.
Yeah, it's true. I hear Gita Wami interview, and she was talking about you, like she said, wherever Paula was there, it is like suffering.
Because I
she
was
makes
a
me
pacemaker.
suffer. Yeah, I think for me mostly, I'm like somebody said, I'm a big fan of her. I don't know how. Just like you, she's just some like every race like go hard. You know, I remember the first time she went. We racing, I think 3 kilometers, and when I ran my best in 3 kilometers, suddenly we was racing like in just blink of eye, everybody's like in the line. I'm like, what happened? She's the one who take over, like she destroy everybody. Wherever she takes, she just fly.
Paula achieved
World record.
marathon.
Marathon.
2, 1, 15, 21, 21. 25. Out of 5. So Paula.
I'll do workout for my people in Cuba.
Cuba.
I
Wow.
enjoy the championship.
Thank you. Bye. Nice to meet you, guys.